Got Superfrosty in the building.
What's happening?
Yeah. Big fan of his work and just his overall vibe, man. Good
Man works hard.
Yes.
He be posting a lot.
Yeah,
I be seeing, I'm like, damn, man, keep it up.
It's funny because I feel like
Consistency's key.
Consistency is key, and it's hard to always make it happen. Sometimes I feel like I go through the periods where I'm like, I can't be on social media right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in front of the camera. It goes ebbs and flows. I feel like it's hard. It's hard to just be on all the time. You know what I mean? It's you like we were just saying, lightning in a bottle. When you got it, you got to get it done right then and there. And I always hope that my determination and my work ethic inspires somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I always do it for me, but then it's like at a certain point when people started giving me the positive reinforcement, I was like, oh, I'm not doing it because I like you telling me that I did a good job. I like you telling me that you like, it inspired you to do something. Right. That almost makes me feel better. You know?
Yeah.
Just how cool I taught some.
Yeah.
You know?
No, 100%. And that consistency just getting videos out there is huge as an artist, and like just letting people know, like, hey, I do music, because a lot of people can never like find it. There's not a way to reach people if you post only once in a while. I be falling on that end of being like, I do want to just promote, and then I forget. I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck about selling people my shit. I don't care. I like making music. If you fall in love with it, you gonna fall in love with it. But then I miss out on a lot of people never being able to hear it. Because like I'll post something, and then I'll post another, like a video of the actual song, and then somebody will be like, wait, it's a whole mixtape? And I'm like, maybe I'm falling through on the marketing or something. I swear I said it, but it's all me. I know it's all about the marketing.
People are fickle, so like when people really fall in love, they fall fast and hard. But sometimes it's like you can see the same image or idea a million times and be like, And so maybe you see somebody else say, I like that. And they're like, okay, cool. That million the first time I saw that shit. Yeah. Cool. Now I'm a co-sign. That always pissed me off. But also nice. Thank you. Again, she finally talking about you. Like it's cool. Like, you know what I mean?
I looked at it.
I stopped even caring at a certain point. Like I was too busy on my self discovery.
Right.
Trying to heal myself or whatever that is. That didn't matter to me.
Yeah.
But that's the hard part is like remembering, I still have to like because I'm like, I like making music. I'm gonna tell you to listen to it, but it might not like
resonate with you.
Yeah, and especially the idea, I'm like, well, I made that song and I kind of wanted to release it, but I didn't really want to talk about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I made the art that speaks for itself. And I think that's hard because when independent artists have to be their own biggest cheerleader, sometimes you're not feeling like you love yourself a whole lot in that moment. You know what I mean? Or I don't want to show off this part of my personality the same way I was trying to show off that part.
Yeah.
You know, it just gets difficult. So it's just like taking a second to remind yourself, this is all just because I'm just showing my art.
Yeah.
I'm just showing my art, and if I can do it on my own terms, then that at least I have the choice, at least I have the agency.
Yeah. 100%.
You know.
When did you start? Well, I guess we can start. When did you start dropping music? When was it that? Yeah.
I feel like started dropping music. It was probably like 2017, maybe 2016 even. It was like I was going to school. I was going to college out in Maryland, and I started recording music with friends back here.
In the back?
Yeah, in the city. And some people that I went to elementary school as well as high school. And it was like I was recording with these two guys, and I was like, cool, well, I'm doing it with both of y'all. I'm tired of having separate sessions, stuff up with each other. You know what I mean? I had a homie who was in a band who like was like, yeah, I want to try making some beats. So it was cool. Like that was happening. And then when I was back at school, I made friends with another guy, Troy IV, and him and his collective Fourth and Up super fire. Honestly, I think y'all would fuck with that music super tough.
What's
It's
collective called?
It's Fourth and Up.
Fourth and Up. Okay.
Yeah, it's where their situation is located out in DC.
Dope.
But I started making music with Troy, and that was probably when I started actually like posting. It was after I started making music with Troy, and I was like, okay, let me like, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Fuck it. I'm just gonna release it out to the world. I don't know. This is what I need to do for myself, and it's like I started doing that, and then I started performing that stuff on stage, and I was like, okay, this is cool. And I was kind of between being in DC and then I guess College Park more specifically, and then also being in Frisco. And I just kept like doing it in both spots, and I was like, okay, well, I guess join. I like joined groups, had groups fall apart. Always came back to okay, but I still. You know what I mean? Like, I still do this for myself. Like, and that was always the thing that I told everybody else is like, I like doing this with you, but I'm still gonna do this for myself, like because this is what I love to do. Like I think the first time I really recorded my voice was in high school, and it was one of those things that was super empowering. But it's like I didn't know what the fuck to talk about. So talking about telling stories and like never being able to figure like I could always start the story, but then continuing it and finishing it was always difficult for me. And then having confidence in those ideas or even my own experiences felt really difficult. And so it's like when I finally crossed that bridge and was like, okay, well actually shit, whatever I have, whatever I am, that's just whatever it is. And so let it go. And I feel like that's one of those approaches I have even to this day about making music is like you can always mix something down a million times, but sometimes the demo is just kind of what you were feeling the best. You know what I mean? So I gotta let go of that. I just kind of have to let go of it for me, even if there's no marketing plan behind it.
Yeah.
And I think that to then be like, okay, well, maybe I should market some of it because some of it's like fire enough to really, some of it is actually getting fire enough to like
get traction.
Yeah, have some motion, like maybe like inspire some people.
Yeah.
But I feel like it took like okay, I have to get over the fact that I'm letting go of my soul. That's the part that people don't recognize about releasing or publishing art in general, whether it's music or not. Is that you just have to let go of that little bit of yourself.
Yeah.
When did you? So shortly after that, was that when you met Rebel, or when did you guys link up?
No, I met
with Rebel Stats.
So I dropped out of College Park, and I was in a group called Ronin at the time. And it was cool. It was like a couple of us rappers, and we were doing some shows, and you know the idea was like it's a collective, so everybody's their own artist, but we all come together. Some of them had songs together, some other. Well, honestly, it was like some of them had songs together, and then some of us had songs together. You know what I mean? We're all just down like this with it. But then I left Maryland, went back to the city. I was probably in San Francisco for a couple of months, like maybe one summer. This is 2018, and then I met Adam.
Damn.
He hit me up on Instagram. I guess I was posting. I guess I was posting. But I don't know. Like, I don't know how he found me. I probably did like a fashion show or something, and then he saw me through somebody else. Oh, because I was like modeling a little bit at that time. I was doing some fashion shows. I was an extra in some music videos. I don't know. And he was like, model? Oh, okay. And then it's like I met him, and then he's, oh, you do music? I think. I forget exactly how the interaction went. It was when I was like in another group too. And that group just fell apart like on me again.
Yeah,
like,
it happens a lot.
and I don't know. I'm like, it's me. At the end of the day, I'm still like trying to do the music. So I think the thing that if whatever falls apart, it's not always like, it's not always personal.
Some things just aren't meant to be.
Yeah,
I love my brothers to the end of me, but sometimes I needed other people to figure out what this dream or what I could learn because like I wasn't learning in this like from what we were doing. I was I had opportunity to learn. In so many different rooms, I needed to learn for myself, and like I can always show y'all now. That's like the greatest part is like my homies been doing music forever, and like I just never really hopped in the train. I was just like I'll let y'all do it because it's personal to me. I don't know, like it's being out there and vulnerable and like just talking is a lot different than what I think. It's like these are people are gonna project a feeling of me on how I put what I put out there later on. If you meet me and I'm like, oh, I do music, listen to my music, you gonna like think of me in a certain way. So it's like I didn't know what I wanted to do with this, so I was never really trying to put it out there. And like so then when I started doing it now, like now they can kind of see like I'm actually like good at it. And it's like now I can like show them once we start to kind of once I have a ground to really help them, then I can like we can like grow as a team and like it feels like I can actually I've learned from other people. Because like sometimes you can't learn in rooms where you're the only one like learning that.
I think that's a really cool way of looking at it, honestly. And I'm glad that you had that experience of being like, okay, so I want to take what I learned and bring it back. Because each one teach one forever always, you know what I mean? And so it's like, it's hard when you feel like you're the only one who's making it.
Yeah.
Pushing it.
Yeah. Like you're the only one who's, and like the hustle is different from person to person, but it's like, even y'all saying, yeah, I see a lot of my feet. I'm like, bro, what the hell? Because like, I guess, sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just like let it go into the void, and like, it's funny. My mom finally made an Instagram recently, one of my and she was like, yeah, I've been seeing the stuff you've been posting. I was like, which thing? And then I was like, well, it's good. I'm not like doing anything bad.
Yeah.
Anymore. Maybe I cussed it, but like that,
Mhm.
But it's just like, oh shoot, wait, so like what did you see? Because I don't even remember what I posted.
Yeah.
But it's cool because like it's a lot of what I've been posting recently is either like random, just like I wanted to show off my outfit, random video from my phone, or I spent hours trying to edit this video, you know what I mean? Because I made a song to go with the video.
Yeah.
It's usually one of those three things.
Mhm.
So but it's like it could be that simple.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like trying to even get the people that I was working with to do that, they weren't really trying to do that. And so then it's like, okay, cool. I need to find somebody that's trying to do that. And Loki Adam was really trying to do that.
Yeah.
That's lit.
Just to bring that all the way back around. Cause it's like, I spent so much time trying to uplift y'all. And it's like, y'all don't, y'all can't even
Consume the knowledge that I'm trying to give y'all.
That's
It's
right.
like it's
not even about meeting me halfway. It's about like, okay, I tried to tell you this, and you might not. Seeing is believing, but at the same time, like, do you not trust what I have to say
Yeah.
based off all the time we spent
Mhm.
working towards this thing together? I'm not even trying to shit on you. I see your value.
Yeah.
I see, and it's not because I want to get something out of you, but it's because I naturally see like what you bring to the world, what you
Mhm.
bring to this situation that we got going on. It's like,
Literally.
but that was ultimately why me and Adam locked in really tight, because then it was like it wasn't just, yeah, let's do a shoot, yeah, let me get some clothes, let me pay for some clothes or whatever.
Mhm.
I paid for the clothes too. It's not like you always just like gave me free shit. And so it's
Yeah.
like, support. And he kept, having me come back as a model, and then it's like, and then I'm like, I take pictures too, and he's like, oh, you want to take some pictures? And like, I'm like, hey, let me flick you. You're never in the pictures, bro. Like,
Yeah.
let me get you with your clothes on. You know what I mean? And I feel like just continuing to hang out, and then I'd be like, and then it was funny. We were talking about this when he was in the city for a second, or even when he was in the town. I was like, be like, hey, yeah, we gonna hang out. He's like, yeah, oh shit, I forgot, I'm doing something else. So I was just ended up mobbing with him to a lot of shoots that he was doing with other people or whatever.
Dope.
And then the rest of Rebel Status, like all the other musicians, I met Colo and Coley at State. We were in a class together.
SF State?
Yeah, SF State, because it was like I was trying to. I dropped out, but then I was like, my mom was like, "Go to state because they got the Becker program, and you could learn how to just do music. You could do music professionally, whatever that looks like to you." Yeah. And so, I had to go to city, went to city, met some cool people, learned a lot, went to state, and city free. So I took a philosophy class. I took a PE class. I took the audio production classes I needed. And I've been taking like summer classes in the city when I was in Maryland, when I was in high school. So it's like, but this was the first time I really like focused on something. It's like, oh yeah, so we're on the board.
I care about this.
We're touching Pro Tools.
Right.
Like, I'm using a tape recorder. I'm working with vinyl, I'm working with CDs, like I'm understanding the physics of everything. And then I go to state, and then I met them in just like, an elective class that was really cool. That was a really cool class. I don't think I got a very good grade, but I sat in the front most of the time, and it soaked up a lot of hip hop history, a lot of African American history, California history, Bay Area history, so many overlapping layers. And me, Colo, and Coley sat through that whole class. By the end of the class, I stopped sitting in the front and I was sitting in the back with them.
Yeah.
I feel like, it, and then they introduced me to Miggy and Griffin.
Dope.
And then Solo, we met right before Frosty Fest. It was like we needed a DJ, bro. And I was just like, I don't know anybody that can DJ. I was like, Colo, you try? He's like, I mean, I'd be down. And then it was dank because we were having a meeting about what we were gonna do as Rebel Status or whatever. Because I think I was like, yeah, not, or I don't even know if we were Rebel Status at that point, but it was like we were just, everybody was modeling the clothes. We were making hella songs together in Colo's basement or in my basement. And then, I was like, yeah, I got a show. Y'all want to perform? And yeah, Frosty Fest was just like this cool culmination of all of that. And I feel like at that point I was like, so are we going to be a group? Rebel Stat? And then they were like, yeah, we could be a group, sure. And I'm a little older than them, so I'm like, I'm the only one thinking about like, hey, we need, if we're gonna be a
Right.
band, we need a name.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, y'all like performing, y'all making music. Like, come on, let's do something. You know what I mean?
Let's
Like,
make some shake.
let's actually try to like do something. And so then it's like, you know, I'm like, Rebel Status already exists. Like, Adam is dripping this out. Like, come on, like we might, like, I don't actually have a better name. I don't want to be the Frosty. Like, after they started calling us the Frosty family, I was like, that's cool, but I don't want the spotlight. Like,
Yeah.
that. Like, if the spotlight's gonna be on me, it's gonna be when we're on the stage. You know what I mean? Like, I already like slip into that naturally. Like, I love being on the mic. I love being in the spotlight. Like, that's cool. I feel like that's where I love being.
Yeah.
Not necessarily always like freestyling or whatever, but like even if I'm just like improvising and like talking to people, like you know, always a little bit uncomfortable. But it's my favorite thing. Well, I know you love that shit because you like you like beeline to the mic. You can't get it out your hand. You know
I'm ready. You know, it's just like also just this is the only time I get to be me.
Facts.
Without you telling me what I am, without you seeing me in any
yeah.
other light than me getting to tell you who I am. Here's my story. Here are my pages. Here's how I feel. Here's my music. It's all a culmination of where it's all come from. And I can't give that to you in one small conversation. I can't give you that in one small you seeing me talk to somebody else. You're gonna get a little bit of it, but you can't feel it, you can't understand it until I'm in front of you. And a lot of people don't understand my music too until I'm in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's super fun because then people can tell me, oh my God, like you actually are really good at this. And it's like, I know, like I'm trying to tell y'all, I just seem crazy.
Did you not hear the recording? You're not listening, bro? Like
they go back to the recording and be like, damn, this shit's so fire. I'm like, you know, it takes the time to understand that it's art. It's not what you think because music is a world. And that world is a perception, no matter what you put into it. So it's like, like that whole amusement park thing. It's like everybody's gonna look at your amusement park for it's what your music brings to them, what energy, what thoughts you are provoked. And it's like, with my music, I just want you to think. I want you to like think about how you love, think about how you care, think about yourself. I love introspection, like, because to me, at the end of the day, we're all the same. No matter if you're the highest level at the company or you're the janitor at the company, we all the same. Because without one of us making this thing work, this whole bitch go burn down. So it's like that. It's a group. Teamwork make the dream work. That's why I love Rebel Status, is because y'all literally teamwork make the dream work. Y'all work as wheels, and y'all support each other as wheels, and y'all make sure that it's not just you. It's everybody. Everybody got their own thing spinning, and y'all all culminate together to be making sure that y'all all creative. And that's inspiring. Like just to see how all y'all move is inspiring because it matters to see people do that. It's like it's inspirational. Like when I started seeing you post more, I was like,
I was like, yo,
I need to post more because it does help people understand the art.
Yeah, it's the context, and especially because like not everybody is just like scrolling through random shits on like a Spotify or Apple Music, like going through random lists of whatever, and or YouTube for that matter. People are on the social media like a little too much, like you know.
Yeah,
that's me sometimes too. So I'm not like, but like like you said, if they want our attention, that's the place. They gotta have a message board to keep putting up all the posts. And so I feel like for everybody, they're already there.
Yeah.
You know, in a way that like we maybe 10, 20 years ago, we would have been at like a rec center. And people would have really been at a bus stop
selling CDs for
Uber. You know what I mean? Like people really would have been like walking in and out through bar. People would be out in front handing stuff out. You know what I mean? In the parking lot with the
grind's so much easier now, bro.
No,
literally,
like, you just don't have to go anywhere. You don't really have to talk to them.
You don't have to leave the house to make your art sell. Back then, you literally had to go outside and make sure you got people to buy your CD just to hear it, just to hear a little bit of it. Like you couldn't even put it out onto a distribution, so you were only able to get the mixtape from that person because it was even hard to get online. You gonna have to motherfucking LimeWire that bitch. There you go, LimeWire too. The Soldier Boy way.
Yeah.
Was Frosty Fest your first? Was Frosty Fest your guys' first show together?
I feel like we might have done something before. It might have been like me, Colo, and Coley. We might have done something before. I feel like Frosty Fest was maybe the second or third show we did together. I think that's what it was. Because Frosty Fest we did in like the winter, and we might have done something No, yeah, I think I performed at Haunting on Third.
Oh, that was in Baby, right?
Yeah, at the Opera House. Yeah, we did one of those ones. Yeah, we
I remember that. Was that I think we might have been there,
Dang, yeah, no,
Everybody was like dressed up, costumes.
I was dressed. Yeah, I mean, I was dressed up. I was Bob Ross.
I
It was a painting, like, you know what I mean, like a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, no, that was dank. I was all like sweating through the blue Bob Ross shirt and stuff, but I had the afro real nice. You know what I mean? So I feel like
it was lit. There was a lot of energy,
bro. When I just sliding down Mission that time, bro.
Yeah, everybody was hyped,
bro. That was some really good energy, and it didn't matter, like, you know, nothing else mattered in that moment. I was having hella fun, you know what I mean? And that's, like you said, you get to be yourself, and like, and, you know, I feel like every extension piece of my expression comes out like in doing that, all the highs and lows of all the emotions that I feel. And so that was just a great example. Yeah. And yeah, I think that was the first. That might have been the first, or like I said, maybe the second time we performed, like, because I had a song with Colo and I had a song with Coley, and I think I might have let them do like a song together or something. I don't remember, but that was how it was going. Like, people were like having me do sets or whatever on some of their shows, and then I would just bring everybody along. And I was like, help me fill out the time. Like, I don't want to be like,
That's a beautiful time.
I don't want to do
I
it the whole
love
time.
that.
Like, yes, I'll be there the whole time, but like, nah, come on,
Yeah.
like, I'm making all this music with y'all. I don't feel right to just do it just me.
Right.
And I never, you know, and even in those times where I was performing with like a group of people, it was like, I felt like they didn't even want to be on the stage for real. So I'd rather have 5 people that actually want to hang out on the stage, and like, that way it can just like look a lot more exciting. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I feel like that's one of those things about rap shows. It's like, if you have 20 people on the stage and nobody's moving, it's just bodies. And sometimes people feel more comfortable or whatever with just like having bodies there rather than playing by themselves. But if you have dynamic motion and there's 5 people that are just going back and forth,
Got a homie doing ad libs,
you know,
atmosphere.
Homie doing ad libs, homie in the crowd, you know, 2 guys dance like synchronized, 2 stepping in the back, like that all just adds to the vibe. So it's like, I'd rather have fun energy like that, you know what I mean? So bottom line there, and then I guess we've done just a lot of different shows with a lot of different combinations. And so it's like, sometimes I'm not there. A fair amount of the time I'm at least there a little bit, and like, you know.
Yeah, I remember one at El Rio.
Yeah.
I think it was, you guys were like headlining that one.
Yeah.
Were you there for that one?
I was there. We did a couple shows at El Rio, and I was there for both. Yeah.
What are some of your like most memorable shows, performances that you've done?
Yeah, I think that one at El Rio, honestly, the Rebel, so Frosty Fest, first off, because I didn't think that many people were gonna, bro, like, your movie spoke to me, because I was like, oh, I feel that every time, like, you know, but especially for Frosty Fest, my name was on that shit, and I was like, you know, and the amount of people was, I thought you was Frosty the Snowman from LA, like Milwaukee Bucks. So I'm like, different light skinned nigga. But appreciate it.
No, dub is a dub. Whatever you think to get here.
Watch him in the door, bro. My bad.
The Soulja Boy effect.
Yeah. I feel like that one, yeah. And I remember at one point, Camille was like, "Hey, bro, look behind you." And I looked behind me. And I was like, "Oh wait, there's actually like a fair amount of people." Like, shit. And then I felt kind of bad because after I went on, everybody left. And so like, I gave Griffin, Coley, and Colo each like 15 minutes or whatever at the end, and like, it was just like us. And that was cool. That was cool though, because I think it was a cool moment for them, because they're like, "Oh shit, yeah, no, at least I'm on the mic. This is fucking fire." You know what I mean?
Good to share their art, you know?
And I think so. Frosty Fest was big. The Rebel U one that we did was big because it felt like, okay, cool. Like, everybody in this community, you know, in this independent artist community, really like showed out and showed love for Adam. Whenever people show up and show out love for Adam, like, always makes me happy, because he is so much better at networking than I am. Even he's really good at cultivating relationships and making. And that's why Rebel Status is so impactful, because he's always inclusive. He's always trying to be like, hey, you want to do something? Hey, you want to do something? I like your art. You want to like do it with my clothes on? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to wear this and do whatever, you know? And I think showing love like that you can only hope that it shows more love back to you, you know what I mean? Like, we don't do it because we want love showing back, but we just do it because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's why that show was really awesome. The energy was crazy. Honestly, even like this last bubble show was a lot of fun because I felt like we hadn't done a whole lot. We hadn't done any shows this year, and I was sick as hell. I popped a Dayquil, bruh. And like,
oh damn! Thank you for pulling up,
bruh. No, it was like I was so pissed because I got sick like literally the weekend before, and like I called out of work one of the days or whatever. I struggled through some of the other days, but like and I was just like, damn, like right before the show too. So I just like slept the day before. I slept all day that day.
bro.
I was like,
still coming, yo.
and it's like some of the songs I was like, my voice don't want to go like that, but that's okay. We still here.
Yeah.
Lost my voice so much worse, but I popped the Dayquil and like honestly, like this is what I love to do, and I really wanted to be here for that moment. I was like, bro, I can't flick on you. I know this is like let me get better. Let me drink all the tea now. let me just sleep now, bro. And yeah, no, that was a lot of fun, especially because it was performing a fair amount of songs that are like relatively new and like that mean a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that like we were talking about, I just feel like I've gotten better at storytelling, and so I feel like now it's like some of the shows that we're doing going forward. I'm hoping that like it does that. It does just that. It tells the best stories.
Absolutely.
And then I think another last one. It was when I was a part of Ronin, and it was me. It was me and two other guys. That we was the only members of the five. We were opening for somebody else, and it was like this cool little bar that they had just set up, and it folded like a couple of years after I left. But it was a Millboy Art House. I remember we opened for Stretch Dynamo, who was like a local rapper there too. He went to the school with us. But like, bruh, there was hell of people at the show, and like and I don't know, it felt like a movie. I felt like I was really like, the way that the stage was set up, I really felt like I was like pretty tall. I was like, oh damn, like this is actually crazy. Yep, high. I'm like,
People showed up, popped up.
yo, and like when the music played, they kept dancing. That was my favorite part. Is when my song came on. It was time for me to do my thing. It was like the vibes was still there. Yeah, because sometimes it's like you go and it's like it's my turn, and then everybody turns like gets more quiet and like I'm like, bruh, no, like, no, everybody's leaving. Fuck, I'm like my confidence, but it's like. But like, just have the energy just get bigger. It's like, oh man, I want to do this forever. Yeah, that was one of those moments where I was like, yeah, nah, this is a because like I grew up like I think I told you I used to act in high school and stuff. So it's like just being on stage, being under the lights, that's my favorite.
Yeah,
for sure.
You dropped Tsunamis recently?
Tsunamis, yeah, that was good. We dropped that at the beginning of the year.
And Go
with the Flow, yeah.
Those are both really dope songs that I've checked out recently, bro.
Thank you.
Do you have like any visuals planned for those?
You know what's crazy is I feel like we spent a lot of time making like some vertical stuff for the social media. So I have I guess yes, like, I have a couple of those, but nothing like widescreen planned at the moment. I would love to, honestly. I feel like me and Griffin were talking about something for Tsunami was like a cool like beach day, you know what I mean? Maybe we should see this do another part.
Hey,
I feel like that might have to be just the okay. So now you can't duck. You can't duck it. You have to like actually like you got the basic will make it happen. Yeah, go with the flow. Similarly, it's like me and Colo. We have like vertical videos. I put them on like YouTube, and didn't really like, and then I posted them on like my social media, but not one. So it's like, it's like we were saying, you kind of just always have to be posting visuals. And so at this point, it's like, I'm almost like, I really like the idea of a traditional music video. And I feel like when I'm editing, that's usually what I'm doing because I'm just making a traditional music video, but I'm doing it in a slightly different format. Right. It's just better to consume in a different medium. Yeah. But, I feel like I've always have some cool ideas for music videos, and I think for some of the songs I'm planning on dropping soon. Like I want to put focus on that because it's a lot more of just me, so I don't have to coordinate. Yeah, yeah. It's like collaboration is always important as long as you can get the
timing right.
Timing right, man.
Everybody got busy ass schedules like this. So random, bro. Some people, especially in this damn city, people are at a show on a Tuesday and out of town on Thursday, and then somehow back on Saturday.
Working all weekend.
Working
after
all
that,
weekend,
you know
too.
what I mean? So it's
Hustling.
you know, it's really hard to pin people down sometimes. So I feel like it's like it should be easy because we're in the same group and we like we work at the same studio together. But it's you know, it don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
Everybody and it's like I want, you know, compared to when we were really like squatted up, super heavy,
Pushing.
like multiple days out the week, like really working, it's like for all that time I just wish we had some more completed ideas. I
Yeah.
feel like, you know, it's the natural progression for everybody to start making their own things work, even under the same umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
And when the
Yeah.
time to really come back and like work on things together again works out, when people, you know, they smooth out a little bit more.
Sure.
Like I said, we work at the same studio, so it's like, you know, it's not like finding a place to do it is hard.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we want to do more for the music videos and the visuals, but we're always locked into like music.
Yeah.
Like you said, we just make music.
Right.
Yeah.
I just make music and shit it out. You know what I mean? Like
It happens.
you know, it's like it's something that I don't always have to think so hard about. But then other things like for me, I love holding a camera. It's second nature. But for some people, it's like holding a camera or getting in front of the camera or even like storyboarding something,
Yeah.
trying to come up with a story. Like when I shot a video with Dosa, he's just like, so what's the story? I'm like, oh, cool. You actually want to have a story. You actually want a storyline. Makes a better video.
Yeah.
Makes a better song. You know what I mean? But if all you're thinking about is like making the music, sometimes it's hard to, you know, get out that mode.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was actually just telling them, I was like, yeah, no, we were hitting the visuals really hard. Y'all were really, really excited. Y'all were all hitting DaVinci. Y'all were all holding the camera. And it's okay that we got and you know, editing takes a while, so
It takes hard. It takes so much. It takes so much fucking processing.
It's time, man.
It really like. I wish I could edit more, but it takes hella my time. It takes hella my storage, and it takes hella my battery on either my computer or my phone. So it's like I'm working against 3 different clocks.
against you, bro. That's so it's like, you know, I'm like, well, that's okay, like, you know.
That's why I like the phone.
That's why I say it's at the flow.
Mhm.
I feel that all the time, and it's
Right.
just sometimes it's unfortunate when I'm like trying to be in front of the camera, but then nobody else really trying to do it.
Yeah.
You know, the momentum for that got lost, and that's okay. Momentum can always come back.
Yeah.
It's gonna be different. You can't ever expect it to look the same.
Yeah,
thing.
I kind of how I learned how to work with different perspectives because the people that had used the camera would not get the right angle of me, so I'd have to use that film still. I'd have to figure out a way to use it and like take things away or add things or like switch the perspective just so like it's usable. Because I'm not gonna be able to get any other film because not like it's hard to get people to get that perspective of you. And like for me, I don't got the pockets to be paying for music videos all the time, and especially nowadays with how much content they want you to put out. Nigga, I don't have that much. Like it's just a process, and I know how to edit. I know how to make a lot of videos, so it's like it's that middle ground, but it's also like that. I hate putting a video out there for no reason. You know, like just to get 5 likes, and it's like I know the video's tough. Like you fucking with me. I know this video tough. Everybody I've shown the videos like this sick video. It's going to do great. Yeah, this game, this app against me for real.
The algorithm,
The algorithm against you. Then there's like these like build blocked lines that if you post about like certain things, they will put a block on your account to reach so many people because they don't know what your message is, what you're sending.
Interesting.
Is it hate? Is like they know how to block.
Yeah.
When they see the perception of you trying to fight for something bigger.
Right.
You're a son of a gun. But nah, so with all this new music, like, is it becoming more of like you feel? Like is like this new music like entering a new zone for you?
Yeah, I think I started teaching drum lessons almost a year ago. And so before I started doing that, I was already starting to experiment with more live instruments again. I played drums as a kid, and then I like, you know, stopped having the space for it, stopped having the time for it or whatever. And you know, having the opportunity to just touch other instruments then gave me a different look at production. And then me having a different look at production means that my beats got better after a while. So I'm like, okay, cool. So like now it's like to the point where like other people like them or other people see the value and they want to add something to it and then the collaborate. That's what's cool about being a Rebel Set. It's like you can bring one small idea, it just like explodes because everybody everybody is competent and has a way of manipulating and adding to it. And I think that's a really beautiful thing. And so I think like because I spent a lot of time trying to focus on getting the group to get their, get all of us on the same page. I feel like the only way I can go about it is then to put all the things that are just me out there again, hopefully starting to like start that spark again that I did. But when we started the group, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I feel like there's more of my own production, or there's just a lot more of me like trying to be authentically me and telling my stories.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like getting around to a place where I can feel comfortable just telling my stories from my own perspective, from my point of view, or find a cool way to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like yeah, uniquely me trying to just play with the sounds that I like too. Because once I got a better idea of how to produce, then I was able to take all the sounds that I love to hear and put my own voice over it, put my own spin on it. And so it's like I really like Afro beats, Afro pop. Um, I really like the blues. I like, two different ideas, but it's like lots of motion and movement in different directions and ways that it's like, I like dancing. I like calm introspection and vibes. And so I feel like just trying to put as much of that onto it. Because also when you're working with a group, it's like, the vision gets split so many different ways. But still getting back to I have this idea and then allowing other people to come in and help me take it somewhere else. You know what I mean? Because I think that I can mix things only as good as my ear can go, and I can only come up with all the ideas that I have. And so when other people bring other ideas into the mix, I'm like, so finding the perfect balance of not taking criticism personal, but then also finding ways to incorporate the notes in ways that make sense to me. Because I'm not just gonna scrap like everything, but I will take your advice and I will because you're just hearing it differently, getting that different perspective. But I feel like trying to get back to just like put my self expression out there. I'm doing it for me. Like I said, I'm doing it for me. But if it inspires other people to do whatever for themselves, like I feel like Griffin wants to release music, so it's like I don't really like when we dropped Tsunamis. It was like, yeah, you're also the only one dropping music in the group. Cool, like let's do something. Like this is one of my favorite songs that we have. Let's do something. And we go with the flow. It's similar. I was like, Cola, this is really good. And I feel like me and Cola have a group tape, and it's like in a large part because I was like, yeah, no, let's put these songs these songs sound good together, and then we have all these other songs. So but like being the spark, being the ignition would be like, okay, cool. But it always starts with me doing it for me. And even if it's posting 5 songs that only get like a couple of streams, still like I'm still.
Yeah, lately I've been in this like EP, three song mixtapes, and just like letting the music I have that I've been just sitting on. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch again. They technically could be called demos, but they're to me good enough. I love them so much they could be out. I just need to master them, and it's like that simple. So it's like I just want the music to be able for people to hear now because I don't really care. This music's so good. If you don't buy into it now, you can buy into it later. It's like all the music I was doing before I got to this point was to prove I was good at music. And now I'm like, fuck y'all for thinking what my music can be. Now you're gonna get me. Like it was like everything I want to show y'all. Like the first song of my first EP was just me singing about just breaking bad habits because I just wanted to show people that I'm vulnerable, but also this can go anywhere. Yes, yeah, I think they snaking the pipe. That's the only thing I can like conceive to think that where that sound is coming is a snake in the pipe trying to fix it.
It was kind of
But nah, it's like
Right. There's probably have something in there, like pulling that.
yeah, but yeah, it's just like that finding this show of like I love music, like I love music. And then before it was like before that was just like showing people I can make like hits in R&B, but I want to show you I can write structured music. Now I'm to a point where it's like I want to give y'all just a verse. Here's just a verse on this song. Here's a hook, verse, hook. That's it. Here's a whole song. Here's how I work on collabs. And it's like finding those minutes. But yeah, it's literally like just new finding out how to like feel my music. Yeah, that's the most important part of life.
It's something that comes up because I'm like some of the most fun I've had in music in the last couple of years is it was one of y'all open nights here at the Fate. I hopped on the kit and you and Loki went back and forth. And that was so much fun I remember making eye contact with y'all. And I was like, ooh, because like I was really working with y'all.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't just like doing one beat for forever. I was like working with all the the back and forth and the cadences and the flows. Yeah, no, I was rocking with all of that. And it's like, I was telling John, I think I'm on the precipice of starting a band again. So
That's
this
what I
is
about to
fire.
do
So I'm
too.
like, man, like, being able to play the drum and like, do that.
Yeah.
I'm like lock in on that. Like, that's,
Dude, if you could do the drums rapping, I see a lot of people lately drum and sing.
yeah.
You can do some drums and rap at the same time.
Yeah,
man, it's actually
exactly right at the blueprint, honestly. So
Yeah,
like,
it's like having fun with just like, especially band is like the same thing as having 5 people up there. But a band, you got everybody doing something, so there's no even like worry about it. I love our band because it's like I can trust everybody's gonna go crazy. So if I fuck up even a little bit, it's okay because nobody gonna remember that because they going crazy in the background.
Everybody's vibing, yeah.
Everybody's holding it down,
For
playing
sure.
their role.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also real important, is to recognize in team building, like, just making sure you take your role, whatever it is, and like it can be fluid. You can do different things at different times, but making sure that when you need somebody to do this one thing, somebody can fall in and just like, okay, cool. I'm the one holding the camera this time.
Yeah.
I'm the one watching the merch tape. I'm the one taking tickets to the front. Like,
Yeah.
there's just revolving door of somebody that, and but that's just like housekeeping shit. Like, you want to make sure everybody on the same page about how clean you're gonna keep the crib.
It's chores.
Yeah.
Nobody wants chores, but if you don't have chores, this house is not going to stay stored.
Don't get to be on the stage if you're not going to clean the room.
100%.
No. So,
Are there you mentioned the band, that's like a future manifest station. Are there any other projects that you want to do in the future that you guys haven't done, like any new things that you want to do?
well, it's funny. I was talking about. I felt like I was talking about tea for hella long at the beginning. I would love to just like have like certain tea blends. You know what I mean? I feel like that's something that's like super on my alley because like I always loved clothes. Always wanted to do clothes. I started doing it like a little bit with Adam with the frosty hoodies, and then I got these beanies that I still have yet to like really like officially publish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, sitting on something like that, and then it's like, what else am I interested in? What else would I actually want to, rally about? And I feel like something that's outside of music, because it's always like, it's always been more music. I feel like music is probably the first project I always think about. But something cool, something holistic, something like edible, like a tea, I feel like, that would be cool.
Yeah,
that's simple too. And it brings like another thing of like just like variety to the sales and who like you guys are as a group. It shows what y'all feel. It's like it's a holistic living.
Because I was always like, I had to do some lighters. So it's like, well, that's it's cheap and it's quick and easy, but it doesn't stand out. I think like something like a tea blend. It's kind of weird to see that a merch table for like clothes associated with a rapper. You know what I mean? But it is something that like
it's in.
It's
Son of man, Larry June. It's in.
Right? That juice.
Yeah,
that
juice.
O2 juice fucking light that back for a second. And Honey Bear is a fixture for sure, Yeah, and I'm not just trying to do a drink, but it's like, but at the same time, it is like something that I would use.
When it's like it's just a start. It's a start, and then that start brings that next push.
For sure.
It's like right now I'm working on doing like merching and just trying to build the website for OSS, and it's like I'm coming across so many new lines of okay, well that's a way of doing things that will actually like show us as a brand instead of having just certain like merch, but like showing us as who we are as people.
Yeah.
Why, kind of like that cultic artistry. This is what you would if you really fucked with my music. This is why you would fuck with my music. Right. Thing. Here's like a little piece. Yeah. So it's like that, finding that middle.
For sure. And I feel like with the tea thing, it's like true to you and it stands out.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when you're thinking of like, even if it's like a small business, you got to think about what's going to make you stand out. Like how are you going to be branded, or what are people going to come to you for? That's like your specific, true to you niche, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like tea's fucking dope.
Literally, who doesn't love herbal tea?
I know. I was like, I almost didn't too, because I was like, yeah, I'll enjoy this when I get back, and I was like, nah, I don't know water. Let's just drink tea. and like so gracious and gave me sparkling water from the bar. So
Yeah.
you would have given me water anyway, so it's like not an issue. But I was like, huh. And then when I don't know, I was just telling you, we were talking about something holistic already. I was like, try some.
Yeah.
And then I was like, everybody should get some because I'm sometimes I do a bad job of thinking like I'm gonna share this with everybody, but at the same time, then it's like, oh wait, why wouldn't I? Like and that's the thing because I always do that in the studio too. Like I'll like bring something I cooked, and then I'll like make sure everybody gets a little spoonful or whatever of it, and usually it's stewed. Usually it's stewed because I like stewing things, but it's still like put that over rice, and it's just like But it's one of those things when it's like you can share something like that with people. It makes me really happy.
Yeah.
That's another reason why tea, because I think like healing people
It's
that
like
are
a communal. Like
Yeah.
you have a tea with someone.
you share this thing. Yeah.
Sharing is caring for real.
And all over the world, people share tea. It's a big part of people's like daily lives, honestly.
Yeah.
The places that aren't here. And I'm not gonna shit on coffee or nothing because I ain't got no issues with it. But like,
Yeah, it could cause some anxiety for sure.
Yeah.
You can get your own
you know
Got
what
you
I mean?
shaking.
wired up.
Versus like let me drink tea for 30 minutes to an hour between like 3 and 4. It's like like, something like that that's calming, centering,
Yeah.
helpful, healing.
Yeah.
And just
What
taking
we're
a
about.
second. Versus just like go mash. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Right.
it's not necessary.
I feel that. Yo, I got a question for you.
Yes.
I got a question for you. To kind of bring it all in. For you, do you have a message? We could probably end off with yours for the people. And then for you, you just dropped a project.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
It's a little music.
Some
Some show people that this music's real for real.
So maybe you could start with like what message the project means, or like what the project means to you.
Okay.
We can have a Frosty and a soft with a message for the people, or what inspires you. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Tea, whatever.
That's good.
But yeah, P.
Well, Nomadland is about a traveling person. It's just somebody that moves with perseverance, no matter what it is. It's like before people lived as life was a journey. You couldn't get here unless you journeyed across the country to get here. Like for people to make it to the Bay, this is the last spot from coming across all the way from New York, Maine, all the way over there. This is you got to travel to get here. And like being Hispanic, this is where we come from. I'm a Filipino, so like my family is coming from the waters. So it's like this is the first place that we get to come to.
Yeah.
And it's like so. I don't know. It was like just like my personality. I've always been is I love to walk. If I can get somewhere, I'm gonna get there with my feet. If I can't get there with a car, so it's like I'm a nomad. I'm always traveling. I'm always experiencing life through the versions of people that I meet. Through that time I meet them, I don't care about anybody's past because at the end of the day, I don't know you. I don't know why you created the life you have, but I can respect you as a person, even if you're homeless, even if you're nobody, even if this business damn fucks people. You have a perspective that makes this world work for some reason. It doesn't mean I have to respect it, but I can see from your lens like why this world works. Because no matter what, you can't have this world working without the bees.
Yeah.
So it's like just that, and then just like being able to put OSS out there and like let people hear some of the music we've been cooking. That's just light. Like I got some bar in there. It's like hits on hits, like we hoarding because it's like
Maybe
we don't need we don't know how to put it out because we really like Jeffrey. He's insane. Like he's as his production, like him as a producer, I put over the world. But him as an artist too is absolutely insane. And nobody even knows anything because he sits there silent. And then my girl and Loki and our band is the Strays or our group is like we're just like a good. It feel like listening to the Black Eyed Peas, and so it's like we want to bring that energy. And so it's like we've been sitting on this music. I was like, no, I just need to put it out so then we can start rolling out and so people can see it. And so it's like we got this song that is coming out on Friday. Me and my girl called Mattress. That's just like now I'm getting back in that R&B bag just to show that bag again and then get back in that hip hop and just like kind of keep it all over the place, but like that Lil Russell. Russ dropping and just letting people know the music's there. It's like, I don't need to hold it no more. I'm a nomad and I want people to hear this music while I can and get the people's perspective on it now.
Cheers to
And
that.
as a nomad, I just want to live.
Yeah.
You can't run into the alchemist unless you keep living and keep running into people to become the alchemist. You have to learn through other people's knowledge. You have to learn that sometimes you start with sheep, but you can't live unless you sell your sheep and go and search for your life. It was like that, you know? And it took me a while to be like, I could be at home and be a sheep and be comfortable, or I can go and live my life and search for the answer. Because the answer is in the journey. And my people always there. Maybe I might not get to say my last goodbyes because like you can't never know when that's gonna happen. But I know I gotta live the life with y'all, and I love every moment, and I still love everybody every person I've ever met. It's because like I know y'all have put an impact on me for real, no matter what it is, even if you hurt me. Like it's just like no matter what, we're all human. They can't. I don't know what I would have done if I was in your shoes. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Answers in the journey, man.
it's the answers in the journey.
I love that. Frosties.
That's right. I mean, I think the answer's in the journey. You got to trust your story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, you're the only one that
It's true.
has lived what you lived, and trust your feelings about things too. I feel like even outside of music, when I've done those two things, that's usually what's made me the happiest.
Yeah. Trusting your intuition.
Yeah, and not being afraid of being yourself.
Right.
I feel like as an artist, it's like you have to be yourself to create something unique.
Mm-hmm.
You take inspiration from the world, but then you have to be yourself to execute the vision.
Yeah.
And that's everybody. Everybody's an artist. Everybody's creative in one way, shape, or form. It just looks a lot different.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like as long as you remember your stories, the stories of yourself, as well as the people that came before you, and you trust your feelings, I feel like you will find happiness.
Mm-hmm.
I think happiness is the thing we usually are looking for, not just like success.
Right. Right.
You know.
Yeah. No, I agree. Totally, 100%. Success is
We're just
always changing.
man. We want a fresh breath of air.
Yeah.
Without thinking about all that external life that lives while we're not there. And then all the life that lives while we are there, but also going on when we should be just present in the room.
Yes.
It's like, it's hard. It's a hard circle.
I feel like there was a moment where I was trying to listen to you, and I was like, let me make sure that the meter is not gonna screw me over.
Exactly what you mean.
You know what I mean? But
feel you.
it's because I'm trying to stay present. I'm
No,
trying
100%.
because what you're saying is poignant. I'm trying to lock in.
No, yeah, you good, brother. I'm good at listening to seven, like multiple different things. I kind of just like to. I'm ADHD and shit. So. But
thank you for being here.
thank you so much,
you for
Frosty.
having me. I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate the conversation.
Oh,
bro.
right back
Getting
at
to
y'all.
talk, man.
Man. Because I feel like I haven't even really gotten a chance to chop it up with you. We've talked.
We'll be kicking it.
Yeah. Man, I feel like this is just it's a comfortable environment for me.
Yeah, we try.
Yeah, you want to take some?
Well, we want to send love to the world, sending love to Rebel Status,
Rebel, man.
love to OSS Puddles.
Fuck.
You know,
Puddles.
this is
my
episode
princess.
11. You got Passage, you got Jono, you got Frosty J. We cooking, man. We got more to come.
Yeah.
The future's bright as long as
right.
we make sure we make it bright. So,
Yeah.
love, peace. We'll see y'all soon.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I